How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Could a Bitcoin God candle be coming? Yes, we could be having that here very soon. We have some new numbers. The ETFs are pumping today. There's a lot of money flowing into them. I want to cover that, talk about some of the crazy things happening in the crypto space. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one as soon as I make them. Sorry, the camera seems to be flickering a little bit, but hit that subscribe button. There's also a link down there to Margex. You can trade cryptocurrencies on Margex. You can make a lot of money if we're in a bull market, which we are in a bull market. You can make a lot of money by going long certain cryptocurrencies. There's also a link down there to Blowfin if you want to trade on there, and also one to CoinW as well, where you can actually buy spot cryptocurrency. So you can just buy them instead of long and shorting them. You can just buy and withdraw if you want. Now, I think this is a pretty interesting time. We are obviously at some key levels. We're like right where we were at the top of the last bull market, within a few $1,000s of the very top, but within a couple $1,000s, $1,000 to $2,000 of breaking this first high peak that we saw in this double top last cycle. Now, we still have a lot of stacking going on. This is Mr. 100, and I keep on pulling him up. He bought 1,700 Bitcoin yesterday. Continue to buy throughout the entire day, and then he's or she or they have already bought 1,200 Bitcoin today. Like, I keep on giving updates because it keeps on going up. They keep on buying more. 3,000 Bitcoin in the last 36 hours. This line makes me believe that maybe it's an entity, not an individual. Maybe it's a country, because they're buying around the clock. I mean, 9:30, 5:20. 4, 3, 2, midnight, 20 hours. Like, they are not sleeping. Maybe they're just so excited. I don't know, but they continue to buy more and more Bitcoin and send it to this wallet. They keep on accumulating. And, we did get some good data in. PCE came in at 0.3% month over month. The expectation was 0.3. The core PCE was at 0.4. The expectation was 0.4. So it hit expectations. I will say, though, that I like to look at what's happening, not just whether we hit expectations. A lot of people do this wrong. Like, even when you look at stocks, they look at, did this company beat or did they miss? They don't look at the big picture. Like, how much is this growing? Is this going up? And yeah, inflation is going up. This is faster than we'd like. It was expected, because typically we see increased inflation in January, but we should still be paying attention to this moving forward. We still want the rate cuts this year, because that would be really good for the crypto market. Gemini, they just gave some big news. Today, we are pleased to announce that we have finally reached a settlement in principle with Genesis and other creditors in the Genesis bankruptcy that will, if approved by the bankruptcy court, result in all EARN users receiving 100% of their digital assets back in kind. Now, this means they're not getting the dollar value that they had when this company went bankrupt. They're actually getting the specific crypto. They say, for example, if you lent 1 Bitcoin in the EARN program, you will receive 1 Bitcoin back as part of your settlement. This is huge. This makes a lot of people very happy. It gives a lot of people money back that they lost, and maybe provides a little bit more safety for people in the future. It feels safer to invest in things like this, or to invest through things like this. Like, even FTX creditors are getting back a decent amount of their crypto, but I believe it was based on the time that FTX went bankrupt. This is a much better deal. So congrats to everyone out there that got it back. Just remember, not your keys, not your crypto. You need exchanges to exchange and to trade, but you don't necessarily need to keep your crypto there. Speaking of big numbers, we have huge numbers coming from the ETFs. After 30 minutes of trading, IBIT is at about 325 million, far ahead of GBTC, which is at 150 million. FBTC is right below GBTC. Now let's get an update. So this is about 25 minutes after that post was created. IBIT is around 500 million in terms of volume, maybe a little bit closer to 400 million. Scroll down here. ProShares Bitcoin strategy is pretty high as well, with almost 300 million. These are all above the other ETFs. Now, part of that is that it's just looking at the volume of the shares. It's not looking at the price times the volume. But yeah, just huge volume coming from these ETFs. You can see Fidelity right here, 150 million, a little bit more than 150 million now. So obviously good numbers coming in here. GBTC right at 150 million as well. ARK-K right below it. And yeah, you can scroll through here, but another good day of ETF inflows, it looks like, is shaping up. Keep in mind too, the iShares ETF is over 9 billion in AUM. It could hit 10 billion today, especially if Bitcoin's price goes up a little bit. For context, only 150 out of 3,400 ETFs have over 10 billion AUM. So it might crack the top 100 within the next month. The vast majority of these launched 10 plus years ago. iBit could hit this mark in 7 weeks. This is historic. As I've said so much over the last couple weeks, last month or two, this is historic. I also was just like looking up information on iBit, and I found this really interesting. I saw this on a different website too. Both websites said that the focus of iBit was long BTC, short USD, and I love that. You know, putting it in different terms. When you're buying BTC, you're really shorting USD in a way, which I think a lot of crypto people like that wording. Also, GBTC still might hit AUM all-time highs. This is crazy. We've seen outflow after outflow after outflow, but the reason that they keep the fees high are because the AUM is still high. Bitcoin's price keeps on going up, so even if they lose Bitcoin in their trust, they still have a lot in AUM, total AUM, $26.6 billion, which is still, 2.5 times bigger than BlackRock at this point. So their fees are juicy still. They're still making a lot of money from fees. Maybe once this comes down, which who knows if it does, if Bitcoin keeps on rallying up, but as they hold less and less Bitcoin, maybe they'll lower the fees and then we'll see less bleeding. And I know some people will be watching this and be kind of bearish. Aiden Ross, Ethereum price prediction 2024. Some people take these as top indicators, and honestly, we have some local top indicators. We've seen a lot of interest in Bitcoin and crypto. Even over the last few days, we've seen Coinbase shoot up the ranks in the App Store. A lot of people will look at this though like a traditional influencer and say, well, he's talking about crypto. That's not good. But consider this. Maybe he knows what he's talking about. I haven't watched this video. I don't know what he knows about crypto, but think about it from the bullish perspective. Like, we have someone, probably the biggest streamer in the world, and he's talking about crypto. How many random 20-year-olds or 15-year-olds or 12-year-olds might start buying crypto because they're watching this? They might pump it up. They might be our future exit liquidity. I know it's kind of crass to say that, but they may be the future liquidity for us. When we want to sell part of our bags, if you do want to sell, you might be selling and have some more liquidity. We might have bigger pumps because of someone like this. Now, will we have a God candle? It's possible. I mean, the ETFs continue to get more inflows. Keep in mind too, last market cycle, when we finally came up to the prior all-time high on Bitcoin, let's scroll out here so you can see a little bit more. Maybe TradingView doesn't even show it. Yeah, it looks like TradingView's cut off. But we went up to $20,000 right here on December 1, months after the Bitcoin halving. Got rejected by 20,000, went down about 10%. And then over the next 6 weeks, Bitcoin's price more than doubled. That is crazy. So, I mean, if we break the resistance around 70,000, is it possible we go up to 100,000? Is it possible we go up to 140 in short order? Yeah, it's possible. I would not bet on hitting 140 like right after this or anything like that. But, maybe we do have some mega candles, especially with short liquidations happening. I don't know who's really shorting right now. I mean, I know certain people that are shorting, but I don't know why you would short right now. It seems an interesting move. Of course, we could always fall down too. I've had some people talk to me that have been in crypto for the last 6-7 years that say, hey, we do look toppy. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a 30-40% drop. Honestly, yeah, that could happen. But do I think it's likely to happen? Not really. There's just so much pent-up demand, and we're still seeing it come through. Like, there are still people that are buying a lot of these ETFs, and maybe that changes. Maybe there's a black swan. Maybe we're just pulling too far forward at this point in the cycle. But I'm not betting against Bitcoin right now. I'm not betting against crypto. Maybe I'll take some profits on some longs or some more risky alts, but I am not selling at this point. We're not even at all-time highs. Like, this is just where things get exciting, and we're just starting to see interest pick up among retail investors. Institutions, a lot of them still can't buy. If we fall down, I'm fine with it. If we fall down, for example, to $52,000, this is levels that we saw less than a week ago. So it's totally fine. It's totally normal if we fall a little bit, but I'm not positioning myself short the market. I'm not selling, really. I don't think that's a wise move. I may stop taking a lot of my pay in crypto. So right now, there are a lot of companies that I'll work with that I get paid in crypto. I just ask for payment in crypto, right? I might change that at some point in the near future when we're near price discovery. I think it starts to make sense to not continuously add to your stack as much, especially if you added heavily, which I did during the bear market. Now we're heading into a bull market. You slow down a little bit, slow down your DCAs if that's something that you're interested in, and then just, ride it out. Hold on, right? We're just approaching all-time highs. I think a lot of us still are a little bit anxious because we have so many gains from the bear market because we stacked heavily. A lot of us are anxious, but we have to remember there's going to be volatility, but we should have another over 12 months, like 12 to 18 months of bull market. So just relax a little bit. I appreciate it. Of course, now this is financial advice. Do your own research. We could always fall down. We could always pump up. I am not telling you to do anything. I'm just telling you kind of what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing in the market. If you want to check out the links to Margex, Blowfin, CoinW, if you want to see HG Algo as well. I had a lot of people sign up yesterday, probably because it's been so good at pointing out bullish momentum. If we go over to the hourly chart here, HG Algo is something that I created with a few other people where you can actually get this website. It's not even loading right now, but you can get bullish and bearish momentum signals on any chart in crypto or in stocks. As long as it's on TradingView, it hooks up directly into TradingView. And look at this bullish momentum. We went from 51,000 up to 63,000. Like, this can be really good and can help you on the downside too. It can stop you from longing when we're in a bearish market. Also, something that I haven't talked about recently, it does tell you when a good time to dollar cost average is. Like, let's look at just bullish dollar cost averaging. It told you back here, DCA plus, around that $37,000, $38,000 mark. It said to dollar cost average into the market. Let me turn off the momentum signal so it's a little bit less noisy. On the hourly, dollar cost average. Whenever there are dips, and it's actually pretty good. Like, you can see all these are at a lower point of a range, and it's done pretty well. Now, of course, you can turn on dollar cost average out signals as well. Maybe you want those. I am not selling out of the market, so I've just turned those off completely. But you could show those as well in case you want to start taking profits. Now, let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I appreciate you watching. This is a historic time. This is awesome. So revel in it a little bit. Enjoy it. But know that there is going to be volatility to come. There's going to be crazy things, good and bad, coming up. So be ready.